Pokemon Scarlet and Violet introduced us to Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxly. 3 amazing starter choices for the early game, and Pokemon that stay with you for your whole journey. But a lot of people are ditching these Pokemon early on. I'm not sure why this is the case, because in my personal opinion, these 3 starters are some of the best we've seen in a long time. But out of the 3, who is the best? In this video, I'm going to rank the 3 starter Pokemon and let you know my opinion on why these Pokemon sit where they do. Now remember, this Pokemon video is my opinion and it's not going to go into any details of competitive, just general gameplay and why I like them and why I dislike them. I don't really dislike these Pokemon. I think the 3 are quite strong as starter Pokemon. They're definitely the best starter Pokemon since probably X and Y, but let's get into the video anyway. Coming in at number 3 on this list is Sprigatito. Now, Sprigatito is a great starter, don't get me wrong, but evolving into Meowscarada and having a 4 times weakness to Bug is kind of a letdown for this Pokemon. Given the fact that it also evolves and stands up on 2 legs, which a lot of the Pokemon fans did not like, this Pokemon had a lot of potential at the start, just like all 3 of this Pokemon really did. I think Fuecoco, Quaxly, and Sprigatito had a lot of potential, but their evolutions do let them down a little bit. But Meowscarada having that 4 times weakness and also standing up on its 2 legs were a little bit mid in my opinion, and the fact that I don't really like grass starters, I've only ever chosen Turtwig out of the grass starters, and also Bulbasaur, my apologies there, but Meowscarada definitely was let down by its typing. But the cool thing about Meowscarada is the fact that it gets Protein as a hidden ability. Now, you can't really get this until you access breeding, but Protein is such a good ability for this Pokemon. Its attack stat is great, its speed stat is great, it definitely helps out during the game, but it doesn't help you at all in the first gym, and the second gym is a grass type gym, so it's kind of average. In my opinion, Meowscarada is a good Pokemon, but definitely not the best out of the 3 of these starters. Now, coming in at number 2 on this list is a Pokemon that I was really considering choosing as my starter up until I saw its final evolution, and that's Quaxly. Quaxly evolves into Quaquaval and is another Pokemon that had so much potential. Its first stage evolution is adorable. Quaxly is one of the cutest starter Pokemon you would ever see, but Quaquaval is a flamboyant dancing duck, and I think its design is just a little bit off, but in a lot of people's opinions, it's quite a good design. This Pokemon as a water fighting type is super cool. It gets the hidden ability Moxie, which is great, but it doesn't really serve much purpose in the early game, especially the early gyms, and it's just a little bit let down by that fact. It's also slightly slower than a lot of other water Pokemon, but its attack stat is huge and definitely deserves a lot of respect in that case. Quaxly is adorable, but Quaquaval was a little bit of a letdown, but I like this Pokemon a little bit better than Meowscarada, and the fact that it also doesn't have any 4 times weaknesses definitely benefits this Pokemon, but it does have a lot of weaknesses anyway. But the starter Pokemon that I choose as my number 1 definitely deserves the number 1 spot, and you'll see in a second. So without further ado, my favorite starter Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is Fuecoco. This little crocodile is absolutely adorable, and Fuecoco and Crocalor definitely help you early game with their typing, and then once it evolves into Skeledirge, this thing is an absolute beast. Getting the fire ghost typing is absolutely crazy. The only letdown about this Pokemon is its hidden ability is only Unaware, which doesn't benefit it too much, but this thing is bulky and its special attack stat is through the roof. Once you set up a Torch Song, this thing basically sweeps with Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice. You just get a throat spray from one of the shops and this thing destroys everything. The design is absolutely incredible, and I just personally love crocodiles, and out of the trend that I've had in the recent starter Pokemon, I've always chosen water types, and this is the first game in a long time where I've actually chosen a fire type. I don't remember the last time I chose a fire type. Maybe my second playthrough of Soul Silver where I chose a Cyndaquil, but even still, Skeledirge is an absolute beast, and if you're playing through this game for the first time and you want a decent, easy run, go with Fuecoco. It's a cute Pokemon and then evolves into 2 incredible Pokemon that just have the capacity to sweep and also put dents in opposition teams. Now, I played through the game of Violet completely with Skeledirge or Fuecoco, and then I played through Scarlet with adding both Sprigatito and Quaxly to my team. So I have had experience with all three starters playing through this game, and definitely Sprigatito gives you a little bit of a disadvantage if you want a harder run, but Fuecoco gives you the easiest run if you want a good start to the game and just a great fire Pokemon to start off with. I understand why people drop these starters earlier on in the game and switch them out to other Pokemon, because there's a massive range of new Pokemon that introduced in Generation 9 and a lot of team members that definitely deserve spots on your team. So I understand why people drop their starters, but a starter Pokemon should be a Pokemon that starts on your team and stays with you throughout your whole journey to the end game. So let me know your three down below in the comments. How would you rank these three starter Pokemon? You can either rank them their first stages through to their last stages. I would be happy to read through all of them, but let me know down below and I'll see you guys on the next video.